Hi, I'm Trish, and today I'm going to show you how to make a very simple no-sew star garland. We're going to be using some different fabrics, some coordinating fabrics, and I'm using a variety of black and white and gold. You can use fabrics that are Christmassy or holiday. These ones I kind of thought, let's celebrate. These are great for graduation or New Year's or just partying. And so this is a garland that you can hang up. So you could hang that up somewhere, or you could just lay it out on a table. This is the Christmas one that I put together before. And so you're going to need some fabrics, and they can be coordinating fabrics. You can put one on the front, one on the back, or you can use the same fabrics. And then you'll need fusible, any kind of fusible that will fuse on both sides, because we're just going to be using one piece in the middle of our fabric. And then you're going to need some cording or some heavy string or some yarn, but make sure that it's cotton, because you don't want to iron it and then have it melt on you. And so that's a good tip right there. So what we're going to do today is I've already started this particular one, and I'm just going to finish it and show you how to do one star as I finish it. So on the pattern that we use, it comes with some nice templates. So what you're going to want to do first thing is trace these templates onto either some stiff plastic, like a template piece, or you can do what I did, and you can grab a stiff cardboard, something from maybe a cereal box, or in this case, it was a box of canned tomatoes. And so all I did was trace that and then cut it out, and that becomes my template that I can now use for my stars. So the first thing that you do is you take a piece of your fusible, and you're going to trace your star onto the fusible. When you cut your fusible piece out, you just want to cut around to make sure that you have at least a 1/4 inch area around that. It just makes it easier for trimming both pieces together in the end. So I'm going to take my first piece of fabric, and I'm going to lay it right side down. And then I'm going to line my fusible up on top of that. And I'm going to peel off the piece that does not have the tracing on it. And so you can look at your fusible directions to decide, which side you should trace on as well. So I'm just going to lay that on there, and I'm going to go ahead and iron it down. Now, if I were using scraps and there was a chance that this fusible was going to touch my ironing board or my iron, then I would want to use an applique pressing sheet. And this really doesn't take that long to put this together, to iron that on there. And then I'm going to, before I peel it off, because I still want that shape on there, I'm going to go through and I'm going to take my sewing scissors. I have scissors that say sewing only on them so that my family does not use them for anything paper related. And I'm going to just go ahead and trim this guy. And what's great about this bigger star template is that you can actually use some of your scrap pieces for your smaller stars. It's just a little trick. Save you some waste, right? So I'm just going to go ahead and hopefully quickly trim this around. And the nice thing is that when you start doing this one, you don't have to be completely perfect, because you're going to trim your other star to match the shape exactly. So you don't have to, be right on those lines. And so if you're going to make this with grandkids or your kids, or just for fun while you're watching a television show, and you don't want to be like having to, watch all that. It doesn't matter if the star shape is completely perfect. It'll be matched up later. Okay, now that we've finished cutting that piece out, you're going to take your second piece of fabric and you're going to lay it right side down, and you're going to lay your star directly on top of that. And then you're going to take your string and you're just going to center it underneath. And one of the most important parts is, remember now to peel the paper off of the back of your fusible. Otherwise you'll sit there and iron and nothing will happen. So now I've got a little bit of a sticky side on this side. And I'm just going to line it up just like that. Grab my iron and just iron right over the top of it. And so now it's stuck to that. And then this part gets a little bit tricky when you're cutting it out because you don't want to cut over your string. But this is the easiest way that I found to put one of these together just a little bit more quickly. So when I get up to the string, I'm just going to lift the string up and go cut right underneath it. And I'm just going to do the same right here. And that piece is just going to fall right out of there. And then I'll start cutting around the edges and do the same on the other side. And all I'm doing here is just following the original shape of the star that I created. That's it. And we've put together some really fun bundles of these fabrics that I'm using today. And so if you want to pick up that bundle and have the work done for you of having to pick out your fabrics, then there you go. It's right there. Alrighty. Almost done. Okay. And so that's it. So now we have our finished star garland that keeps wanting to tangle on me. There we go. Yeah. So if you wanted this to be, to not be so loose and you wanted it to be a little bit stiffer, you would just use a little bit stiffer of a fusible in between. And this one has a tiny bit thicker of a fusible in it. This one I used steam a seam. And this one I'm pretty sure that I used a one under. And so, yeah, so it holds up a little bit thicker, but I like mine for laying on a table. If you wanted to put them, let's say, on a mantle, maybe you want to space your stars a little bit closer together, or maybe you want to cut out a completely different shape and do something else, like, you know, little circles or things like that. Really, the sky is the limit, and you can just make these, you know, whatever shape you want, or stars and circles or hearts or anything. So you can make some for Valentine's Day. So anyway, I hope you enjoy making this easy garland. And if you like our project today, please like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thank you.